On the 24th of September 2019, Democratic politician Nancy Pelosy, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, announced an impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. Talks about an impeachment were echoing around even before Trump got elected. During the first year of his presidency, two Democratic congressmen, A.I. Green and Brad Sherman, accused the president of obstruction of justice and announced plans to file articles of impeachment. The accusations, among others, never really stuck. Not enough evidence could be gathered to favor an impeachment. However, in July 2019, according to The Guardian, Trump asked Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate his potential rival for the White House in the 2020 election, Joe Biden and son Hunter Biden, which has led many to believe that the president's actions to be impeachment-worthy. Hi, my name is Samuel, and today I'm here to share with you 7 things that led President Trump closer to an impeachment. Number 1.
And here we go.
First, whistleblower. According to CNBC, allegations against the president were brought forth by Congress. Apparently, a whistleblower who is a member of the U.S. intelligence community complained that the president tried to have a foreign power investigate former U.S. Vice President and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden and his son. Not only did he try to have them investigated, the whistleblower also accused White House officials of trying to cover up the actions of the president so they might not get out to the public. Over a 4-month period, more than 6 U.S. officials added information to the report. Among the things mentioned, it was said that Trump pressured Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky to start an investigation on Joe Biden and his son, who works for a Ukrainian company. Trump's personal lawyer was actually the one who met with the Ukrainian president's advisors. Although nothing sensitive in nature could be found, White House lawyers had the White House officials remove the transcript of calls between Trump and the Ukraine president from the computer system where it should have normally been kept, but instead had them saved in a different system for classified documents. Number 2. Second whistleblower.
Go ahead. Make my day.
On the 5th of October 2019, a second whistleblower who is also an intelligence official came forth with first-hand knowledge of the alleged phone call between Trump and the Ukrainian president. According to the BBC News, the second person has not yet filed an official complaint to the committee, but has spoken to the intelligence community's Inspector General, who has reportedly been seeking to confirm and add on to the first testimony. Meanwhile, the White House released a transcript of the call after the story came out. However, investigators on the case felt that the released transcript wasn't complete and urged the White House to release the full version and other documents related to the call. The White House spokeswoman said in a statement, "It doesn't matter how many people decide to call themselves whistleblowers about the same telephone call. A call the president already made public. It doesn't change the fact that he has done nothing wrong." Number 3. Alexander Vindman. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, the National Security Council's Director of European Affairs, was, despite a White House effort to block all administration officials from testifying, the first current White House official to appear before the House of Representatives investigators. Vindman, in a statement, said, "I was concerned by the call. I did not think it was proper to demand that a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen, and I was worried about the implication for the U.S. government's support of Ukraine." He then went on to say, "I realized that if Ukraine pursued an investigation into the Bidens and Burisma, it would likely be interpreted as a partisan play, which would undoubtedly result in Ukraine's losing the bipartisan support it has thus far maintained. This would all undermine U.S. national security. Following the call, I again reported my concerns to NSC's lead counsel." When asked about whether or not he was troubled by the Lieutenant Colonel's testimony, Republican Jim Jordan replied that he had no reason to be, because all things that Vindman said were already known by the public. Number 4. House vote. On October 31st, 2019, the House of Representatives held a vote to decide whether or not to establish procedures for public hearings for the impeachment inquiry. 232 votes were in favor and 196 were against, so a resolution was passed. This was not an action to remove the president out of office, but one that explained how the inquiry will move into a more public phase. President Donald Trump was accused of pushing Ukraine into investigating unsupported corruption claims against his potential rival for the White House in the 2020 election, Joe Biden and son Hunter Biden. However, Trump denied all misconducts.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Public hearings will be held by the House Intelligence Committee in the first stage of the resolution. In the second stage, a public report on the findings will be sent to the House Judiciary Committee. Number 5. White House unwillingness to provide evidence. On September 27, 2019, the White House was asked to render documents of all interactions between President Trump, his lawyer Rudy Giuliani, and Ukrainian officials who were pressured into investigating Joe Biden. The documents would then become part of the impeachment inquiry and be presented to the committee. On the 8th of October, however, the White House, in a letter by the counsel Pat Cipollone, made it clear that it was not going to cooperate with the House of Representatives concerning the inquiry, and saw this as a way for the Democrats to undo the result of the 2016 presidential elections.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
In the letter, Pat said the investigation violates the Constitution, the rule of law, and every past precedent, and that the president cannot allow the House's constitutionally illegitimate proceedings to distract him and those in the executive branch. Pat continued to say that the investigation's unprecedented actions have left the president with no choice. In order to fulfill his duties to the American people, the Constitution, the executive branch, and all future occupants of the office of the presidency, President Trump and his administration cannot participate in the unconstitutional inquiry under these circumstances. House Speaker Nancy Pelosy responded to the letter by stating that the White House should be warned that continued effort to hide the truth of the president's abuse of power from the American people will be regarded as further evidence of obstruction. Number 6. Public hearings. The first public hearing on the impeachment of the president will be held on November 13. According to NBC News, testimonies from career diplomat William Taylor and State Department official George Kent, among others, will be featured. The second hearing will be held on the 15th. Former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch, among others, is expected to testify. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff stated that this will be an opportunity for the American people to evaluate the witnesses themselves. Number 7. Public opinions. With everything coming to light, poll data from 538.com have shown that more and more people have been leaning towards the idea of an impeachment. Polls released on or before September 19 showed a 41.1% in support of impeachment and 51% against. On October 9, new polling data showed that 48.8% of people support impeachment, whereas only 43.6% were against it. Before House Speaker Pelosi announced the impeachment inquiry, a YouGov poll showed that if Trump was confirmed to have pressured the Ukrainian government, 55% would support impeachment compared to 26% who would oppose it. The inquiry may spill over into 2020, which is an important election year. It will definitely be a tool that Democrats will use against President Trump should he decide to run again for president. And there you have it, folks. 7 things that led President Trump closer to an impeachment. What is your opinion on this whole impeachment inquiry? Let me know in the comment section below. Enjoy this video? Well, leave us a like. We post regularly, so be sure to subscribe and turn on your notification icon so you won't miss any of our future videos. Thank you for listening, and till next time.